Welcome to the HR Happy Hour Work Break. You are here with Trish and Steve. No surprise, Steve Bose.
No surprise at all. No, we're
No,
here.
you're
Welcome to
here.
day 9,273 of the pandemic from
Right?
broadcasting from the basement.
I'm literally broadcasting from the basement. So I have a new office, a new home office. I've taken over one of the basement bedrooms. So there's a little bit of clutter behind me, and my lighting will be better over time. But today it is what it is. So
Who cares? Doesn't matter.
welcome to the basement. That's what we should call it. Welcome to the basement. Right?
It is kind of unreal we're still doing this. Most people from homes, like I think I saw a stat in like major, like say the top 10 or 12 US major cities by like commercial real estate square footage. You're still looking at anywhere between 30 and 40%, around 35% on average of folks who are going back to the office on a regular basis.
Okay.
Still that few. Like I happen to find myself, I don't know if Charlotte is one of those cities or not, but Charlotte's a fairly big city with quite a few big office buildings. Like Bank of America headquarters is here in Charlotte, as well as some other banks. I happen to be in downtown Charlotte like last evening, like around like happy hour time, right? Like the time when the office workers, especially on a Thursday, right? Office workers would spill out of the offices and, grab your friends, go have a drink with your pals or what have you, right? Very typical thing you do, right? When you worked in an office in a downtown city, right? Especially on a Thursday. It was a beautiful night last night as well. Like no one around. Place is empty. Half of the places in this area weren't even open. They were closed. I don't know if they were just closed early or just closed. And there was like maybe one or two little pockets of people who looked like they were kind of, office type workers who went out after work, and that was it. Like maybe 7 people. It was crazy. And I was in a place where in years past you could barely even get into this place if you went down there at 5:30 on a Thursday night.
Really?
So, yeah. So that's the first time.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I don't get down there very often, but it was really, really striking, like how few people were around. So yeah, here we are.
Here we are, still, like you said, day 9,287,000.
Well, you've got a big night. Why don't you tell us about that? I know you've got a lot going on there.
I do. Can I first say, I've had such a busy work day too, and I had great discussion. I actually just got off the phone with Robin Erickson from the conference board, and we're good friends with the conference board. You and I worked with them a decade ago, actually. I was telling her they gave me my first paid speaking gig. Nice. So shout out to the conference board. And if you don't know what the conference board is, please go check them out. We had, what was it? Rebecca Ray was on. Was it this summer? A few months ago.
She's been on a couple times this past year in the pandemic. But yeah,
great.
2-3 months ago.
We need to tweet out that episode. But anyway, so Robin and I were talking about lots of things, but especially this weekend. So it's homecoming weekend here. For anyone that cares, who knows that my kids are football cheerleaders. So Carly's on the homecoming court. We just had the big parade where all the kids were in the small town parade. I like being in a small town.
If you make the homecoming court, are there actually like duties that come along with that? Or is it really just a ceremonial post? Kind of like the Queen of England too.
It's kind of, exactly. Okay. You're on the court. You have to get photos made. You have to ride.
No official responsibilities on. Okay, good.
Exactly.
It's a job I like.
Exactly.
Nice.
But we have because we don't know if Jack's playing football past high school. So we're down to the last 2 games. This is the big homecoming game. It's against a really tough team, probably the toughest team we have faced all year. One of the best in Illinois. So I
heard they're a bunch of cheaters, that team. I don't know.
Did you hear that about that? I'm not going to name them then.
I don't know who they are.
No. It's like we're really excited, obviously. And there'll be tailgating and all sorts of things. So can I tell you, you're a big food guy, but can I tell you what my idea was for food? So we're going to have everything served in cones, handheld cones for tailgating. So I decided to do chicken and waffles.
Oh, nice.
I bought waffle cones.
Waffle cones? All right.
Waffle cones. And I'm going to Chick-fil-A this afternoon and getting the chicken tenders from Chick-fil-A. And then we'll put hot sauce and syrup all in the cone. Doesn't that sound good?
Really good. Yeah.
I thought that was a
great idea. Get there early though. Those Chick-fil-A lines I heard are really, really long. Like those drive-through lines at the Chick-fil-A have 107 cars or 107 cars deep sometimes.
They are, but yeah, anyways, that's the big main menu. Everything else is served though in like paper cones or waffle cones or whatever. So it'll be fun. One of my friends is doing like a homemade mac and cheese, bacon mac and cheese in a cone. Should be amazing. So anyway.
Sounds really good. Well, good luck
Yeah,
with that.
small
That
town
should be really
football.
fun. Enjoy. Absolutely. Friday
Thank
night's good.
you.
Heading into the weekend. Trish,
Yeah.
one sort of newsy tech item I thought we'd mention because it was in the news this morning. And
Okay.
if you hadn't seen this, I think you'd be interested just because of our experiences over there. Microsoft, Trish, announced today they are quote unquote sunsetting LinkedIn for China sometime later this year. No
Really?
more LinkedIn in China. They cite increasing regulatory and concerns around taking posts down. It's a censorship, et cetera, et cetera. It's been,
Yeah.
they're saying it's increasingly difficult to kind of stay compliant with kind of shifting
Sure.
rules in China. There are about 54 million users of LinkedIn China in mainland China, Trish, who it looks like will be sort of out of LinkedIn. LinkedIn said they were going to release a different app for China, which is just going to have job listings essentially. It's basically like a job app, and none of the other social stuff that goes on in LinkedIn, like articles and comments and liking things and connecting with people, et cetera, et cetera. It was just going to be like a job board, which I guess is okay to do and not as subject to as much regulation. But yeah, it's kind of a big deal. We know a lot of people in China. I'm connected with a lot of them on LinkedIn as well. They don't, it's pretty big there. So it's a big, that's big news. It's maybe LinkedIn's third biggest country in terms of users. To sort of to walk away from it that's pretty significant use.
I think it is. I will say though, it seems to me like all of the real sharing happens on, WeChat. So
that's where I do my sharing.
Right? I mean, you do. So I don't know. I mean, as long as they're providing some kind of an alternative, if you're looking for jobs, I guess that's probably okay.
Yeah, I might actually post something on my WeChat about this and see if any of our friends in China have any thoughts on this, like the friends that I'm connected to. I'll update you on Monday, Trish.
If they do, they won't share it.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I mean, we're laughing. You shouldn't. I mean, that's the scary part, right? You have to be so careful what you weigh in on and what you share your ideas on. And I mean, here we do have freedom to talk about whatever we want and whether we think it's good or bad. So that's always interesting for our friends there.
A couple more quick things, Trish. I typically like to do this on Fridays, clean out some of the notes I've assembled all week long and never got to. Okay, LinkedIn China, I mentioned. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm not interested anymore about billionaires launching themselves into space or any of their friends.
Oh, wait, can I say one thing? What about William Shatner? I think that's the coolest thing ever to have Captain Kirk finally actually go to space.
In Madison, Wisconsin, Trish, you can go to a place called Jennifer's Market if you find yourself in Madison, Wisconsin this weekend, and you can get a Spooktoberfest bratwurst, Trish, which is made up primarily of pork, beer, and candy corn.
I saw that on TV. I didn't know where it was.
A candy corn bratwurst. I would love to try one of those.
So how about that? It sounds gross, but I bet it's really good because it'd be like sweet and savory. Right?
I don't think it sounds gross. I think it sounds awesome.
You don't think it sounds gross?
Pork, beer, and candy corn. That was going to be kind of a lot of my diet anyway this Saturday. That was kind of
just jams it all in one.
I'm probably going to consume about 5 things on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. And pork, candy corn, and beer are probably 3 of the 5.
There you go. Do it.
4's coffee. I can't even think of number 5. It's probably just 4. So, all right, last one for me, Trish.
Last one, and we'll sign off.
I'm going to throw this out. I need a new phone for various reasons. I'm still using my Chinese phone, which is starting to act up a little bit, and a lot of things going on in China. I need a new Android phone, and I'm looking for ideas, recommendations. Anybody have? I'm not going iPhone. Don't tell me I need an iPhone because I don't. I'm not getting an iPhone. I need a new Android phone, and I need it pretty soon. So I don't know what to get.
So I'm looking at going back to Android. I have had the iPhone 11, which I hate. I hate everything about it, honestly. But I think it's because I'm an Android person as well. I use my Huawei as well. I still have that. It's not holding a charge at all now, though. It's pretty well done. But the one I've done some research, and I'd be interested in what other Android users say too. But I like that new flip phone, the Samsung one that flips open.
So you're one of those you've done your own research, huh?
I have.
Okay.
And it's not the one that opens like a book. It's the one that flips like this. But it makes it as big as a normal smartphone.
I'll look into that.
They're saying I I watched a lot of videos seriously on like that hinge, because I thought, well, wouldn't that kind of cut across? They're like, no, it's fine. It looks really good. It's a really sturdy thing. And the good news is, like, so if you're filming, like you might be in an event, and when I actually film or do a video like this, you wouldn't have to get out your computer, because like the phone will sit up like this
Oh,
and it will stay. Whereas like if
that's
you have
clever.
a regular smartphone, we have to prop it up or get a holder or whatever. So I don't know. I would consider the flip phone. That's the one I'm looking at. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure if I'm ready to switch.
Last thing for me, Trish. I think the least reliable piece of technology in everybody's home is this. It's the automated ice machine. It's part of your refrigerator. Mine just broke over this last couple days. I don't know anyone that has one that's worked longer than about a year before they quit working.
No, mine broke. It's interesting. Yours just broke. Mine broke about 2 months ago. And I went, first of all, I told my daughter to go buy ice trays and like a container, the ice bucket, the container that goes in your freezer. She comes back and she's smarter than me, because I would have just gone and bought like what kind of stuff we grew up with, right? Where the ice tray fits right in it. And
remember the one that had kind of like the stick shift, the metal one that you
no metal.
And,
Well, anyway, so we are using ice trays, but she got like some kind of a cereal holder, but it's kind of wide and short and it's got a handle. Smartest thing ever. So we just like dump the ice trays in this holder and pull it out, pour it out, put it back in. I got all kinds of tips for you. Ice tray tips.
I'm out of material, Trish. It's time for the weekend.
All right. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Thank you for checking in with us. Please give Steve your phone recommendations, Android only. Or ice maker broken, what do you do, tips.
No.
And we will see you all back here on Monday. Have a great weekend.